Thanks for checking out this haul video. So let's go ahead and get into what I picked up of the Vinegar Syndrome March releases. I didn't get everything. One of the films that I did not pick up that I really considered was a Peter Greenaway film called Belly of an Architect. Apparently it has Brian Dennehy in it, and it's like his best performance, supposedly. I did see Drowning by Numbers by Greenaway recently, and I was kind of into it, kind of interested. But in the end, I ended up not purchasing. I'm trying to kind of limit what I'm purchasing. So I am a subscriber, so there are certain included films. And then I purchased one additional. So let's get into what's in this stack right here. And I'll talk about what I'm interested in, what I'm not interested in. And then for people who don't know, I will have a video that comes out in a few weeks. I don't know how long it'll take me to get through this. Doing a review of each of these releases plus a ranking of them for the month of March. So let's go ahead and get into it. First off, I did get my replacement disc for the Bleeding Skull 4K release of Disembodied. Apparently there was an issue with it. I already watched the film. I don't think I'm going to keep it. I'm not the biggest fan. It is interesting. It is weird. So if you're into that type of stuff, you might be worth checking it out. But I'm going to sell this thing. But yeah, got the replacement disc. All right, so, so going in order from what I'm least interested in for watching out of the stack to what I'm most interested in. The first one that I'm least interested in is Brimstone and Treacle, and I know this stars Sting, not the wrestler, the musical artist Sting. I like this artwork. I don't like this artwork on the back. I think it's too simplistic and stupid. This is cool. And then I switched it to the original artwork, which I think is better than the other artwork that they had in, which was just a version of this that it looked like this. That's terrible. That is awful artwork. It's awful. It looks terrible. So overall, from an art perspective, I do not like what they did with this release. There is a essay booklet, which I'm all about. I'm very excited to have an essay with it. All right, this 4K, obviously. Young con man Martin Taylor is out grifting on the streets of London when he happens across Tom Bates, a middle-class family man who, Martin quickly learns, has a disabled daughter at home who's been left brain damaged by a hit-and-run accident. Pretending to be an old love interest of the girl, Patty, Martin soon tricks his way into the family's countryside home, where he promptly charms Mother Norma and convinces her to let him stay for a few days to be close to and care for Patty, much to the weariness of Tom, who questions Martin's intentions. As the young man ingratiates himself more and more into their family life, it soon becomes clear that he harbors a much more sinister purpose. Okay. Yeah, apparently this was on BBC TV, and it was deemed to be controversial. So, I mean, I am still interested in it, but it's the one I'm least interested in. So, Brimstone and Treacle. Now, the next one is the one I purchased in addition, and this is one of their cinematograph releases. I really have been liking a lot of what they've been putting out through their cinematograph sub-label. This is Last of the Red Hot Lovers, and I got number 332, pretty low number, out of 3,000. So one of the main reasons I got this was I watched the trailer. It looked pretty interesting. Plus, a young Alan Arkin is in it. And I didn't even recognize him, like the way he looked. It was his voice. I was like, I know that voice. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Alan Arkin. So, yeah, I'm very excited for this one. As you can see, they have it's their typical book. I'll pull it out all the way for people who haven't seen it before. Like that. That looks good. Obviously, they have essays, as usual. And one of the great things about the cinematograph line is that their essays are always on point. So that's one of the things I'm most excited about with this line. All right, Barney Cashman, played by Arkin, a middle-aged seafood restaurant owner in an unhappy marriage, realizes that his mother's apartment will be vacant one afternoon each week, spurring numerous raucous attempts at seduction. In his consistently comedic quest to be a red-hot lover, Cashman makes various discoveries about himself and subsequently the woman he pledged fidelity to. It's based on a revered American playwright Neil Simon's play of the same name. It looks really good. The trailer made it look really good. I'm very excited for Last of the Red Hot Lovers. Again, I'll be reviewing it. Okay, then there's only 2 left. I didn't get a whole lot. The rest of these were included. I am a big Giallo fan, and it is my comfort genre, so I was very excited to see that they were putting out Forgotten Gialli Volume 8, which, as usual, looks so good. It includes Rings of Fear, Reflections in Black, AAA Masseuse, Good Looking Offers Her Services. That is a very weird title, but yeah. And then there's the back. And then I love how they do this. There's always a little something else under there, going all the way around. Love it. Okay, so let's put this aside, pull out all the movies so I can read them to you. All right, the first one, Rings of Fear, which I think I've seen this Giallo before, but I'm not 100%. First, let me show you artwork on the inside, which is pretty cool. That's a good one. What do we have here? All right. Hard-boiled Inspector Gianni DiSalvo has been brought in to solve the murder of a schoolgirl found nude and savagely tortured. As he looks into the girl's life, hoping to find a clue as to why someone sought to snuff her out, his investigation takes him to an exclusive all-girl prep school which the teenage victim attended. After becoming aware of her involvement with a trio of pupils who called themselves the Inseparables, DeSalvo is convinced that the group is aware of some secret that led to their friend's killing. But when more victims are found slaughtered, the detective is in a race against time to unmask the murderer before it's too late. Very excited about this one. So now that I'm reading that synopsis, I think maybe it doesn't really ring a bell, so maybe I have not seen this one, which I would love to have not already seen it because it sounds fun. Want to experience this for the first time. Rings of Fear. Sounds good. Next is Reflections in Black. Also like that artwork. I like all the artwork for these ones that they put out. And then here's the inside piece of art, which is pretty cool. Reflections in Black. Countess Orselmo hides her lust for women from most of those closest to her, but that does not stop her from taking a bevy of beautiful female companions to her bed. But when some of her favorite conquests are discovered dead, slashed to ribbons with a razor, the Countess finds herself embroiled in a sinister mystery of which her illicit affairs are at the very center. Will she be next on the killer's target list, or does the assailant have another and even more shocking motive for the violence? Yeah, very excited for this one, as well as it's a Giallo I haven't seen. I'm always going to be excited for Giallos I have not seen because I just, like I said, I love that genre, comfort genre. Okay, and then the last one, AAA Masseuse, Good Looking, Offers Her Services. Really like that artwork. That artwork in particular, that's the best artwork from this release. For sure. Very, very cool. I also always have to be very careful when I'm showing this artwork to make sure there's no nipples included, because that happens. Christina cannot stand her overbearing and oppressive home life. After deciding she needs to make it on her own, she rents an apartment, but quickly discovers that to enjoy her freedom and independence, she'll need to earn a steady income. Taking advantage of her voluptuous body, she begins working as a call girl under the protection of a rough pimp named Oscar. But when some of her clients start turning up dead with their throats slashed, Christina realizes that a madman is on the loose and is following her carnal activities in order to find a victim pool. Yeah, also sounds fun. Again, I'm just super, super, super excited to get these releases. I know there are a lot of people out there who are like, Vinegar Syndrome's putting out too much Giallo. It's just too much. That's not me. I will accept gladly every Giallo release they do. I'm one of those exceptions to this rule of people complaining online about all the Giallo. And then the thing I'm most excited about for their March releases, another thing that a lot of people have been complaining about online, how many Hong Kong films they've been putting out, specifically Category 3. And this is a double pack of Devil Fetus, which I'm super excited to see because in special features for one of their other Cat 3 releases, they had clips of Devil Fetus, and I remember thinking, oh man, I hope they release that one because that looks wild. So Devil Fetus and Her Vengeance, both of these looking interesting. And then I flipped the artwork because the other side is just that. So it's, the same thing. All right, there is an essay booklet, not a huge one, but an essay booklet nonetheless, which I'm all about. Here we go. I'll read the little thing in the beginning, too. There are nothing quite as outrageous as Hong Kong cinema in the 1980s. From horrific black magic to spellbindingly choreographed action and dark and lurid stories of revenge, Hong Kong filmmakers created genre cinema that broke new ground. Amongst the companies producing some of the craziest films was Golden Harvest. Legendary for their martial arts epics, Golden Harvest stormed full force into every corner of genre filmmaking, and presented here are two of their most memorable and audacious works. I'm excited. Her Vengeance. Ying is a mild-mannered hostess at a local nightclub where one night she accidentally insults a group of drunken thugs. While returning home later that night, Ying is attacked by the drunkards and is viciously beaten and assaulted. Seeking retribution, Ying enlists the help of a former Triad member who is now confined to a wheelchair. Although reluctant to help in her pursuit of vengeance, he offers Ying a job at his bar to help her get a fresh start. However, soon after, she encounters one of her attackers and, seizing the moment, kills him. With blood now on her hands, Ying is set on a path of violence that she can no longer walk away from, leaving those in her life caught up in the bloodshed. That sounds really cool. Very interested for that one. But then, the one I'm most interested in, Devil Fetus. A young woman purchases a suspiciously phallic-looking antique vase from a street auction, only to soon become the target of a lustful demonic spirit. When her husband discovers her fornicating with the evil entity, there you go, he destroys the vase, leading to his and his wife's grotesque deaths. Fearing that the entity may have impregnated the recently deceased woman with a demonic fetus, a priest seals off the evil spirit in the woman's bedroom so as not to be disturbed. However, several years later, the young woman's family accidentally breaks the seal, unleashing a supernatural force upon their household. As the family attempts to battle this malicious entity, they must find the priest who originally trapped the demon in order for him to return and finish the job once and for all. Sounds amazing. And I will say, this looks like it has a good amount of special features. So we will be digging into that. I do talk about the special features a bit. I talk about the essays and the overall films themselves when I do my reviews, the ranked reviews. So be on the lookout for that. Again, I don't know how long it's going to take me to watch through all these, go through all the special features, read those essays, and then record that video. So it might be, up to 3, maybe even 4 weeks, depending on what's going on in my life, because I am kind of busy. But thank you for watching this. Please subscribe. That is your best free way to support me, in addition to giving a thumbs up to this video so other people can end up seeing it. It helps with that algorithm. If you want to pitch in a little bit monetarily, that is appreciated as well. I have a link in the description for the 3 tier levels of my memberships, and you do get perks with the channel with that, which I think are some pretty good perks for a very nominal fee each month. And also, notification bell button helps if you want to know when I'm putting out new videos. But there's my haul. What do you think sounds the most interesting out of this? Go ahead and put it down in the comments. Also, have you picked up anything you're excited about recently? It doesn't have to be Vinegar Syndrome. It does not have to be horror or martial arts or any of that stuff that I'm necessarily into. Just what you're into. What are you excited about? Put it in the comments. But thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. And until next time, keep it brutal.